Today I'll be using Spam, 2 eggs, butter, garlic powder, and rice. For the prep stage, you will need a cutting board, a rice cooker or a pot, a pan, and a knife. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with making the rice. There are measurements on the left and the right side. The left side is the cups and the right side is the liters. I'm going to fill up the rice to the 0.5 mark on the cup. And then I'll fill up the water up to the 1 on the cup side as well. Then I'll add the hot water. Then I'll add the garlic powder seasoning. And this is what it should look like when it's done, or when it started. And then after this, you'd want to start your rice cooker. There's a cook and a warm side to here. When it's red, it's cooking. When it's orange, it's warm, which means it's done. And this shows that the rice cooker has started, showing the cook light is on.
Started.
Okay. So the second part is the Spam. So what you're gonna do first is open the can. What I usually do is I would take the knife and carve it around the outsides of the Spam so it would come out easier. If it started to come out, you could tap it once or twice. So, what you want to do next is you want to flip it over back to the top. Then you want to cut it into very small pieces. Then after this, you would stack them on top of each other to cut them up into smaller pieces. And then you want to cut them up one more time. And this is what the final product should look like.
One.
Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to carry your Spam into the pan. Then what you want to do is you want to pour out your Spam into the pan and try to keep everything in the pan without falling into the stove. There sometimes tends to be extra pieces. I usually push the rest of it into the pan with my hand. Alright. Oh, I forgot. We need a utensil to cook the spam with. I usually tend to use spatulas to move around the spam when cooking it to make sure it doesn't burn. For the stove, you want to turn it and start it off in medium and let it cook. The browning shows that the food is cooking, but isn't necessarily done just yet. So around 7 to 10 minutes after waiting for the rice cooker to cook the rice, you would add your butter into it. And the cut should be around this amount. And then you just add the rice and add the butter to the rice. After you insert the butter, you want to stir around the rice. Now what you want to do is just put the top back on it, and as you've noticed, the thing is on 1, which means the rice is cooked. We're just waiting for the butter to melt. So, as you can see, the spam is done. It's more of a brownish black color, which means it's done. The parts that seem uncooked will be okay due to the food being processed. What you want to do is you want to just turn the eye off, and then your spam is finished. So, after the butter's been melted, you're going to use a spoon to take the rice out the rice cooker and put it into the bowl. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add the spam to the top of the rice. I usually use a spoon for this as well. So, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add butter to the pan. I didn't wash out the pan because I like to have the flavors all together. Now, like usual, you would turn the fire, put it on medium. Now, you would cut around this area of butter and apply. I usually use a knife to move around the butter. Just a little bit. And if you kind of get all the important spots, you just leave it there. Then the next thing is the 2 eggs. Add on top. So what I do for cracking egg is I drop it from a spot like this. And it usually makes a perfect crack around this area. Egg 1. And then you drop this one as well. right back. So, after this, you would like to add, usually run pepper.
Two, one.
Okay, so what I did was I added the lid to the top of the pan to help the eggs cook better. To cook over the white.
Recording.
This is what the final product should look like. And then what you want to do now is you want to add the eggs to the span. That's it. Your final product should look like this. And this is the finishing product. Ready? Oh, did you start? So the first part we're going to start off with is the rice cooker. Inside the rice cooker there are measurements inside. It starts off at 0.5, then goes up to 0.2, to 1, to 0.4. Wait. Oh, you started?
Yes.
Oh, great.
You can cut this out, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, I wasn't recording any of that. You got to do it all over again. Sorry, I forgot to press the record button. Go.
Ready?
Yep.
So just like record the pen.
I'm recording. Oh.